you know, oh, stop it. Get out of the way. I've got it. Yeah, okay, here we are. I just wanted to let you know that I look frequently at our Toastmasters International website. And I think maybe everybody should try to get a little bit more familiar because as a club officer, official, not Ria or Leah or Lily, officially you have access to the club website. And there's some things that maybe you might find useful there. For example, Silla, you were looking for telephone numbers for people. If they have been put in properly when they've become members, you should find all that information there. The other thing I look at frequently is the club roster. And at present, we have 28 members.
Mm.
We still have 6 people that we have to get enrolled in pathways.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is one of my priorities for this upcoming Toastmaster year, that we're not stuck like we were last time, that we had no speeches at the meeting. I'd like to see everybody kind of looking after their mentees and getting them to give speeches, which reminds me, Ben, I've scheduled your speech for next Tuesday.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay. The other thing I'd like to comment on is the lack of people using Easy Speak. I would strongly like to encourage everybody in the club, but particularly the officers, to confirm when they're doing something or when they get a message invitation to a meeting to sign up for a role and put it on Easy Speak. It would make my life a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what the hesitancy is with Easy Speak.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Yep. Because Nico is not around, so I'm just like writing some points for the minutes of the meeting as well. So that's, yeah,
Okay.
that's that.
And Silla, I wanted to compliment you at our last online meeting. You had very prominently on your outfit the Toastmaster pin. For Ben, as VP of Public Relations, it's actually a very easy thing to try to encourage people to wear their pin because it's a conversation piece. People see it, oh, what's that? And then every Toastmaster can go into a PR speech about Toastmasters. So maybe that's also something we could try to impress upon the members to wear their pins.
Yeah, I need to find it again, but I think it's at my place. I'll have it. I'll have it next week. Promise.
Okay, that's it for me for the moment.
Okay, thanks a lot, Maria Teresa. And who else want to go next? Or should I? Or Ria, Ben, Lily, would you? Who would?
Okay, I can go. It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
Yes,
in regard of what Maria just mentioned and hesitancy because of Easy Speak, maybe we might or you, Sila, might to ask at the next meeting the persons who are there if they're facing some problems, what is exactly it, and then we can just have an overview of why they are shy for Easy Speak. And I this encouraging to take roles is a little bit. I think we can make this somehow, or we can give a brainstorm on that, how to make this a little bit more attractive. Yeah, so the timekeepers and this, and it's nice, but I think everybody is
Hello.
like,
Hi, Ines.
hi Ines,
Thank you.
hi.
Thank you so much. You know, I didn't get the email. That's why I could not get in.
Oh, yes,
So-
you did. I'm sorry. I sent an email to all the committee. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you. Didn't get it.
So yeah, so to make this more attractive, maybe we can brainstorm on something, to say that till the end of the year, every timekeeper will, I don't know, let's have some thinking about every one of us, and then we can just give these ideas maybe next time when we have our XCOM meeting.
You want to expand this into your business, right? Basically.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I'm for sure having a speech next time, but for the next time I'm gonna do, for instance, the timekeeping. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to be more involved. I think everybody wants, but nobody's like really, yeah. So we can make this attractive, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's also interesting to try different things, right? Basically,
Exactly.
Yeah, that
Exactly. Yeah.
each
Yeah.
time. And I think, yeah, Julia, she also like did the grammarian last time, which was really, really good. I think that's
Also, the
yeah.
table topic master, was it? What was her
Emma.
name? Emma. She did great, and
Yeah, fantastic.
it was
Yes.
also her first time. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Then I have a question in regard of you mentioned something, Maria Theresa, and I think you sent it out in an email, Sila, in regard of the booth for the VIC, that there is a club presentation day. Yeah.
Yeah, club
When is
day.
this, and how will we proceed on that? And is there anything that we need to plan, or how is this going? When is it?
Yeah, I mean, I actually have only participated the club day as, not the organizer, as the participant, but if I remember it correctly, it's usually in October, right? Like, but of course they stop it over COVID. And what I was told, that once we updated our contact information, they put up our updated contact information, someone should contact Ben. I guess that would be the person that they go to, sort of like to give more details. But I have no experience in terms of organizing this. Maybe someone have some thoughts on it. Anyone else who have been involved in?
I can offer some ideas on that. Usually up to now, it's gone on in the winter time, is my recollection. And what happens is we set up a table with information about Toastmasters, and we have a couple of Toastmasters who are willing to talk to anybody who passes by.
Okay.
The only thing, and can I relate something funny? I remember one year where Tom was there and he had his puppet and he was doing things with his puppet. I had a lady who came up to me afterwards who was far away in the rotunda and saw the puppet, and she thought it was something to show people how to be a puppeteer.
Maybe not.
So, I mean, the idea from Tom was great, but you see how we come into
Yeah,
misunderstandings.
yeah.
I think we have to make very clear Toastmasters is about public speaking. And there are
Yeah.
usually a couple of people who sit at a table over a lunchtime and volunteer their time.
Okay.
I think it was to attract attention. And
Yeah,
he
but
succeeded in that.
they got the wrong message, Eunice. They got the wrong message.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
But
Yeah.
is there someone that we can approach to know more, sort of like we are a bit more?
Danny
get,
Breedy.
Yeah.
Danny Breedy.
Okay. Then I'll write him an email copying Ben then. Just so that, in case we need to organize, I don't know whether they are doing it this year, but
They do, they will.
Yeah.
They do it for all the clubs. They will.
Yeah.
I think it's in autumn this year.
Okay.
I heard about it.
He's organizing everything, Daniel. Is like he's also the organizer for the IAG, basically the interagency game. That is his main job, I think.
No, actually, he's the chair of the VIC committee.
Okay, I see. That's that too. Okay, but now he's feeling much better. I think he was a bit sick, but now it seems like he's fully recovered. So yeah, I'll write him an email and then we'll check. Okay, thanks. Good. Okay.
Perfect. This is all from my side.
Yep. Thanks a lot here. And who else wants to go next? Ben, would you want to say something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's mostly questions or double checks with you because I talked a bit with Nicole via email on the role of VP for public relations, and she told me that I'd be the link between the club and the public, which is quite limited in the sense that we are a corporate club like inside the VIC, so not that much in contact with the public. And yeah, one of the big mission I would have would be this club day in the VIC. And if I understood well, also we split up the management of the Facebook site and the email, and I think Nicole will keep those roles, managing the Facebook and the email.
Yeah, and yeah, I think it's like the thing is it's a corporate club, but yeah, maybe someone can clarify. I think what for us now is also interesting is like we have in-person and online meeting. And I think, so our target audience or our target members are not just restricted to those based in VIC. right? Last time we have Gabriella, she's actually now working in Geneva. And then I think, the online meetings is actually a good opportunity for us maybe to also reach out to others in the international organizations. I guess, so these are just some ideas for you, in case you would also want to promote the club. I mean, within the international organizations community, I think that is doable, right?
Can I just make a comment? It's in our
Yes.
club statutes that to be a member of our club, you have to have a grounds pass. Now, we have made exceptions in the past. And I certainly think because we're interested in increasing our membership,
Uzbekistan, yes, I think we are doing.
perhaps we can, I'll wait for Rina to finish.
Yeah, she's muted. Okay. Now,
Okay. I think perhaps in the interest of maybe having more people, I think we could still continue to make exceptions, but I don't think we should have it as a rule.
But the thing is, like, okay, so how do we define ground pass? It has to be a UN ground pass or like
a UN grounds pass.
Okay.
But
Anybody
wait
who
a
has-
minute. We also said that other organizations in Vienna, like for example the OPEC or the OECE, if they want to become a member, they should be able to become a member, or
Yeah,
people from the
Ines.
embassies.
Ines, if they have a grounds pass, if they don't have a grounds pass, no.
But
Criteria
let's
for a
say,
grounds pass, like OSCE, I think can get into the VIC. I don't know about OPEC.
OPEC can.
Embassy
can
also.
Okay,
Embassy
OPEC
also.
okay, so that becomes the determining criteria,
Yeah.
whoever that can come in with a ground pass. And so, yeah, maybe Ben, these are the things that, sort of you can research on, like who are the one that would be eligible, to get in with a ground pass, and those would be our potential members. And we can also see how to reach out to them, I mean, because the club day would only be restricted to those who are present in VIC on that day, right? But in case we want to also to promote the club,
Right.
and maybe they might not join, our in-person meeting, but they might find it beneficial to, let's say, join us for online. It's once a month for them, but in case this is what they would find it to be useful, that can also be another way that we sort of do it. And for the social media, I mean, this is again something for you also to consider. Maybe the club, we can also discuss. I also see some clubs, what they do is with their LinkedIn profile page also. So, because also for them is, is something a bit more like on the professional side, so that, if they have, let's say, sort of members who have competed in a competition, they can sort of promote it on their social, on their LinkedIn page. But then they would have a LinkedIn page, sort of like also click onto their Toastmaster Club's LinkedIn page. And so far, I don't think we have a LinkedIn page as yet. So it is really up to you, because to see how best, or we need to sort of define how best to promote our club in a way that is sort of serves our purpose. So those are just some ideas to flow in.
Yeah, I think the LinkedIn page is a very great idea in the sense that, yeah, it's very professional. I don't know who we can reach via Facebook as of today. I mean, maybe Lily, you have more experience on the Facebook page for the club. And yeah, reaching to a CEO or OPEC for sure. I don't know how to proceed though. Like, should I send an email to someone, or I don't know, but like, I mean, I think developing a LinkedIn page would be a first good step. To show that we're there.
And I can ask the area director, I can ask herself to see if she knows, if there is a list of all the other LinkedIn page for all the other clubs as well. Sort of like also we can be, part of that bigger community. That would be another thing. Or, we can take a look at how the others are approaching this. So yeah, that can be another way. And so, yeah.
Just the last point, on what Ria said, how to make it more attractive to take up on roles. I think last time we did something very interesting of asking at the end of the session who's taking what for the next session. Of course, I am aware of our delays and that we are finishing quite late all the time. So this will not be possible at each sessions, but we should keep that in mind that if we are good on time, we should ask this question, because I think this is very motivating. Instead of being in front of this email, in front of this take up and roll web page, just having someone asking you, okay, so what's your take? What role would you take next time?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's.
Okay.
I have a suggestion to that.
Mhm.
At the last minute, anything can happen. People get sick, or, you know, there's a call for duty, etc. So you're not able to really comply with that, what you have promised. Maybe it is good to have a reserve speaker to be on the safe side, because we have in the program this possibility. And in order to ensure that we have then 2 speakers every time, we could somehow always take a reserve speaker. Just let's try it and see how it works.
Yeah, Ines, you have to have somebody volunteering to give a speech. And that's been our major problem, people coming forward wanting to give speeches. You're absolutely right. There's a reserve speaker slot on the agenda, but if nobody wants to give a speech, what should I do?
Yeah, I think that the challenge is we have difficulties in filling up like all the prepared speech slots. So that's that. Of course, you know, if someone wants to, I mean, they can always, you know, we can always put them down as the reserve speaker. But basically, coming back a bit to the point that Ria also has raised earlier, I was also thinking, but that I don't know whether that's a good idea or not, like an online survey, just a really short one, just to ask them, you know, what do they think about Easy Speak or pathways, or in general, just people throw in, you know, they can just let us know what really is the main thing that is keeping them from sort of signing up for a speech, you know, or what sort of support do they sort of most urgently need in order to for that to happen. I don't know if we have done this before, or like, you know, would that be helpful? Because, you know, one can design a survey like this in MS form really fairly easily, and you can then just at least have some more like a concrete base in terms of, you know, what sort of intervention do we need to put in order to help. I don't know if that's an idea that can, or we can just ask.
Go ahead, Ria.
Oh no, I just want to assure what Sila just said. Surveys are always the best thing to enhance anything. Yeah. So as soon as you know what the people think, yeah, you can actually proceed and change whatever was not done that way, or in order to amend it in a way it is more than in a practical way. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like we can even do it, because next time it's gonna be in-person meeting, right? We can even print out, I mean, you know, have them fill it before they actually leave, because then another online survey, maybe no one even wants to fill it. Like, yeah,
Can I make a suggestion? I
Yeah.
think, I'm not 100% positive, I think out of Easy Speak, there's a way to create a member survey. Or
Ah.
Toastmasters International. Why do we
Okay.
go and do other things if something's already there? I can
Super.
investigate that.
Super.
Thanks. The thing is, but if some of them, they don't even want to get onto Easy Speak, then how do we get them to do the survey? So that's actual. So,
but if you're going to take the time and create a paper thing, I mean, would they fill that out?
Well, I mean, what I'm thinking is I can create it in Word. That's fairly easy to do in Microsoft Word, and print it out and sort of like make sure that they fill it before they leave the meeting. That's all. I'm just, or, you know, we can send out a link as well. That one, I've done it a few times for my work. And that is very easy to generate actually with a short survey. But
yeah,
I'm just a bit like, if they are really, if some of them, I mean, I also must say, Easy Speak is not the most user-friendly system. Sometimes, you know, it's a bit, people got lost. And if they don't really want to use it, then we cannot get those on board as well. That's all.
Well, I'm afraid it's the only thing we have for tracking certain things for Toastmaster business. I'm afraid it's the only resource we have other than Toastmasters International.
Yeah, no, it's like we're sort of stuck with that system. That's for sure. But my point is how best can we actually collect this information, you know, that will help us to sort of help them. How best can we do this? Or, you know, can it be easy speak? Can it be like, you know, a hardware, a paper form, or like we actually just allocate a certain time of the meeting just to us, and then so that people can talk about it? I mean, how best
Yeah.
that we can get that information? I think that's more.
Maybe at the business section that we spend 5 minutes or a little bit more to find out, to have some kind of an intake somehow, and make notes of that, so that that is also a participatory research or survey possibility. And that doesn't give us a lot of extra work.
Yeah, thanks, Ines. I think about that. The thing is, it depends also on the number of guests that we might have. If like we start with the meeting with such an open question, then I don't know if like, but maybe I can sort of do it at the end of the meeting, you know, then sort of or
Whatever,
a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah,
But we,
I mean that can. Or do you think people would actually just say it in the meeting, like, like what they don't like about certain things? I don't know. Let's try, or we can try all sorts. We can give them all options. We can have an online survey, a paper survey. We can ask whatever way that they feel like, or any other ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we can try next meeting. It's gonna be a busy meeting. So we got 2 speeches already, and then like a small survey about this. And, oh, okay, yeah. So from Lily, there is the survey. Thanks a lot, Lily. And so, okay, so who wants to go next? We've got Ria, Ben. Oh, so Ines, Rina, Lily, do you want to have specific points you want to raise that we should look into now?
now we have one new member officially, and that is Aroj Navas. So she joined yesterday, paid. I will register her. And I think we are at the moment on 33 or 34.
No, I checked the Toastmaster site an hour ago, 28. Now, and Arush was not yet there.
Okay.
28.
So then we are on 29th. We have, okay, there are a couple of people who have promised to join, but they have not paid yet. I will have a look at it. Okay.
Okay, good. So yes, sounds like the membership is expanding. That's very good. Okay, Brina, you have any point? Lily, I think we'll come back to you definitely for the Zoom account. That's for sure. One thing is very important to discuss for today. What else? Yeah. Anything else? Okay, so basically, if there is no objection, Nicole prepared really nice minutes for the last meeting, and then yes, Maria Teresa, or
No, I just coughed.
okay. So yeah, so Nicole prepared really nice minutes for the last meeting, and there's no objection. Then we'll just adopt the meeting. So adopt the minutes basically. And for this meeting, I will prepare a short summary afterwards as well for the points that we have discussed. So the main point that I know we need to discuss is the Zoom account. There is a club success plan that Maria Teresa shared with me last time. And one thing that I would really need your help is like this, that somehow there got to be a voting for proxy at the annual business meeting, which is happening in, I think, late August, 20th of August. But yeah, that one is, I would have to do it. Either me or Nicole would have to do it. But I sort of struggle in terms of understanding what it is about. Then there is a bit of updates for the club officers training, and some updates from me also on the pathway resources. That's a bit like what we'll discuss for the next 30 minutes. Yeah. All good? Okay, so Lily or anyone wants to brief us a little bit on the Zoom account. Where do we stand now? Hi, Brigitte.
Yeah, the Zoom account is currently my personal account. Hi, Brigitte. She can't hear us yet until she's in.
Hi, sorry.
Hi.
Was
We just
difficult
started
to
the
get
official.
in because the link was on my mobile and I could not forward it. So
Welcome.
No worries, you made it, and you made it just in time when we talk about the Zoom account. We need someone in charge of the finance. So super. Yeah.
So for a year or two, we had a club Zoom account, which was paid each time by whoever was using their own credit card and got a refund from Brigitte. So once Tristan did it, I think once Tom did it, and Melanie decided she didn't want to give the money to Zoom when I was running. I've got a paid Zoom account, and I have been since we had a few issues with the club account, because the Zoom account is always attached to an individual person's name, and the person is identified in the internet through their email address. So our club identified through our Gmail account, and the Zoom account was registered with Melanie, which means when she was on her computer, she could get in no problem. But when she was traveling on her laptop, it was a different account, so she couldn't enter the Zoom account. I had also opened our Zoom account and the club account, and in the meantime, they had upped the security where they wanted the dual confirmation. And again, the same issue, the fact that I did not have the club phone and I could not confirm that I am VIC Toastmaster. So I could not open the meeting on our Zoom club account. And so I started it on my own account. So we have our meetings since then have been running on my personal Zoom account. And Melanie's idea was to continue going like that. She said she wasn't interested in paying the money to Zoom for the once a month meetings or whatever we did. But that's something that she suggested. She did not want to make any fixed decision. If the club wants to do it, she said the new committee needs to decide what to do with that. So basically, I'm offering my Zoom account for this. My proviso was, my limitation is, if I'm traveling or if I'm not available, I need to open the meeting, and I can always pass the hosting on to anybody else who is in the meeting at the time. But otherwise, I am hosting the meeting, I'm recording the meeting, I upload the meeting to our YouTube account, which is also attached to our Gmail account for the Toastmasters VIC Club. And these are the considerations that you need to look at in terms of longevity, of how to really sustain our club. And when the club decides, because Melanie was tending towards live meetings only, and when the club decides, no, online is a part of our future, and even if it's 50%, if it's once a month and we're doing it, then we need to consider how will we do this? And I think the club needs to discuss it and decide what to do about it. The implications being, you need to have a person who is the Zoom master, who opens the meeting, who identifies as VIC Toastmaster, who then takes the recording and has the access to upload it to YouTube and to post it onto EasySpeak. So currently I'm the hub there. I have the Zoom account. I created the YouTube channel. I have my access to the YouTube channel. I have access to EasySpeak because I'm the EasySpeak support. So I can also post the link onto EasySpeak. So you need to decide how you want to go forward with that, because I'm not going to live forever.
Oh.
Oh, thank you so much for the explanation, Lily, and all the work that you have been doing behind the scene. Man, that's like a lot. Whew. Before we flow it into a discussion, I also want to check what is your personal preference? Like, I mean, to what extent do you feel like you can, give your time to the club?
I mean, at the moment, I'm putting it into my calendar, and so went once a month for the live meetings. It's you know, there have been times occasionally when I would have had another meeting that I would have gone to, or if I had a meeting at 11, and that's more the live meeting. Sometimes there's another meeting at around that time, so it's a bit complicated because I can't even enter another Zoom meeting when my Zoom account is being used for Toastmasters. But that has been fairly rare. So far, it hasn't really been an issue, and once a month. And the other stuff, you know, what I do in a few minutes in terms of uploading the video, I can I've made explanation videos. Anybody who's really interested, I can give you the links. I would need to train you. You would need to figure out how to use, how to do all of that, how to access it. And there's quite a bit of learning in the procedures to get the whole thing done. So for me, rather, before I explain everything to 1 or 2 or 5 people, it's quicker for me to just do it.
Can we pay your Zoom account?
That was what Melanie's suggestion was going to be.
We can pay.
That's
because
the issue where I can't say pay me for that, because it's an issue that the club has to decide.
I would suggest it.
Actually, I guess I can already. I am starting a business, but it's not official yet, because the point is, if you need an invoice, I would need to make an invoice for you. So yeah, I think currently I could almost do that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are
I think that's the easiest one.
Yeah. 2 points basically as a matter of fairness, right? Like if we shouldn't sort of free ride on your Zoom account without, you know, any financial payment. I think that's not fair. So we need to sort out, you know, the payment point if we decided not to get a club account. I think, you know, if the club decides, you know, as well as getting our own club account, you know, for once a month meeting, that's another story. But if we continue using your account, I think, you know, there should be payment involved. That's one thing. The other thing is, I'm thinking, you know, in terms of sustainability, we actually should have someone who can be a backup as well. Someone who also learn or know how to do this, so that, you know, it's not all on you. You know, like, I mean, you also need to have holidays, you know, there might be times you're not available, but, you know, we need to make sure that sort of still things can go smoothly, like, and how best, you know, we can go about that. And it might be good for some members who actually are interested, like knowing a bit more the technicalities as well, right? Because personally, I don't see online meeting to go away completely. That would be here to stay. Maybe more like a hybrid version. But yeah, but that's just my thinking into this. Anyone else who wants to?
Don't forget, we have as IT backup Ishan. He's not in a meeting, but as a backup, we should be able to fall back on him to get his assistance and to work with Lily. What do you think, Lily?
In terms of the Zoom account, the complication is I can't give access to anybody else, because I've only got the first bottom level paid account. I can't even add any other admin onto my account until I up my business. You know, when I'm on the next level, which may be next year, then I could add another admin onto my Zoom account. Currently, I would still have to start the meeting. I could always hand over the admin during the meeting, but I can't do it before a meeting to actually open the meeting.
How much is the price difference to up the account? Can we pay you the price difference so that you add one more, and that can be the additional one for the club?
I'll have to look at that. I haven't, I wasn't that far yet in terms of my business, but thank you, because you're helping me to get into my personal self-development area where I'm working on my business, and most of it is up here, you know, the mindset. So I'll look into it.
Yeah, I think Mia wants to join when we talk business, no?
I just have a question why we are using Zoom in general. Is there any particular reason, or why don't we use any other platform?
Well, that's a good question too, yeah. Because I think also
because Zoom is not given, I mean, yeah,
we can
maybe not somebody knows because why we prefer Zoom.
It is a user-friendly technology.
It was at that time when we started, when COVID started, and we could not have any other. Zoom was the way that we could reach out. because
Okay.
people didn't have WebEx at home.
Okay.
And
No, WebEx is awesome, but I think Teams is
Yes,
so much
yeah.
easier
Yeah, and
than
Teams, we don't need to
Zoom.
pay, actually.
Yes,
Anyone can
absolutely.
organize it.
Yeah.
I just don't know in terms of the recording and uploading it
Oh,
on
it's
YouTube.
perfect. Recording is perfect. It is so many meetings with recording. It's the easiest thing, and you get the recording everywhere else as well. So I think Teams is the most.
then why
easiest.
don't you
But-
research doing the next meeting on Teams and see how that
Yeah.
goes?
Yeah, we can try it out.
Yeah.
And then the other stuff in terms of the recording and uploading it, then we can take it from there.
Aishan can for sure help in this, Ines. What do you think? Yeah.
But
because
our recording, the
Yeah.
issue is that it's only for the club members.
Yes.
There is also somehow a certain confidentiality attached to
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So is that also the case with Teams?
Yes. Yes, you have a groups, you put a group and you put the names in from the group, and then only
Yeah.
this group will and if you have then, for instance, chats in this group, you can also select some people only to talk with, or the whole group, and it is, yes, it is given, yeah.
Super, we have another IT support. There you go.
No, another thing, if we are doing online meetings and we want to invite guests from all over the world or from other clubs, should they be also linked to Teams automatically? Because that was actually also one reason why Zoom is being used,
Mhm.
I thought.
But you can
So the
also invite
practicality of having
external
joint
participants
meetings.
possible as well, no? I think when we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
You have to have a
people-
Microsoft account, don't you?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. You would be receiving the link for the meeting, but they
For the
don't
meeting.
necessarily have to have one.
Okay, so
Exactly.
you can use web-based. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
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 We can
Maybe we should try once, and then we can see the comparison and compare. That's
Okay, so, but then that would be the one in August. Shall we target the one in August for this 23rd, or yeah, we can try it, because then once we find out whether it's viable or not, then we can come back to Lily so that at least we know what is the decision.
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
But I think we should at least pay what the fees for the Zoom, what Lily paid already for us, because as we are using her account already for, I don't know for how long, but maybe several months already. So we really should refund.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
So Lily can send
Thank
us the
you, Lily.
invoice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You send us the invoice and then you sort it out.
Yeah.
So how about that? And that's that. Yeah. Can we do that? At least we settle what she has done for us. And then after the meeting in August, then we know, should we go back to Zoom? Should we stick with Teams? And then we can decide what to do for the coming meetings.
Mhm.
Yeah, because that would be good time. Actually, we try out on the 23rd of August, and then September, when the X come together, we can then discuss it again, basically, before the next meeting happens. So that would give us, a good time to discuss and find a solution. Cool, you see, oh my God, this is like, I love this meeting. You just need to throw it out and then, like, things got solved. Like, oh, I love that. I was like, how would I know? Like, I mean, okay, super. Yeah, and what's the next point? Okay, the club success plan. That's a mega exercise that Maria Teresa, I think, every year we sort of the XCOM has to come together to define,
By the way, the club success plan is not my idea. It's
Yes.
something that Toastmasters International wants every club to do. Maybe we don't understand the purpose. The purpose of the club success plan is to get us focused and to acknowledge our goals.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think basically it's sort of like to set some objective for the club, right? Which status do we want to achieve?
It's more than that. It's also talking about values.
Yes, exactly. And with that, I'm thinking, and that's just an idea I wanted to throw to see, how about a drink in my place so that we sort out who is doing what and what are our values? I'm thinking easier this way than to email back and forth, like, and no one is really. But I wanted to see if that's an idea that you guys would be interested in.
I'm in.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay.
I mean, to have a working after
Working,
work, a
yes.
working session after work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it can be like on this next XCOM meeting, it can be an in-person meeting in my place. We get some drinks, we discuss the club's business, we sort out this club success plan. I can feel it, everything, who is doing what. Once you get 2 glasses, then I can tap you into doing something, and then that's that, and then this is done, and then we move
So
on.
there's a purpose behind that. Okay.
Yeah, well, because I hate the emails going back and forth, and no one is like, okay, good. So yes, okay, so the details to be confirmed, but yeah, that's it. Like, so yes, everyone wants a drink after work. Okay, so that's good.
For that, we need the current draft, which is circulating.
What is
A hard
that?
copy of the current draft.
Ines, that's outdated. It has been now Toastmasters in 22-23 has a new one. So I mean, we can use that as a reference point, but there
As
is
a starting
brand-
point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But there is a new template that has been designed by Toastmasters. We should be using that one and not the old one.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so this point is also easy. Just discuss it over a glass or 2, and then we get it done. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so that's the so the 4th one, the voting proxy. I need some help, really, because when I have no idea what is that about.
Stella and others, did you read the newsletter that Toastmasters sent us
Yes, I
yesterday?
just read it this
If
morning.
you would click on that link, I think it would answer all your questions.
Which link?
There's
They
a
have the
special
link at the
section.
very end.
There's a special section where it talks about the annual general meeting going on at the convention. I think everything would be straightforward if you click on that link and read that.
Okay, so does that mean that we, our club, casting our vote onto something?
Yes, yes, yeah, I have some experience with this. Our club is entitled to 2 votes.
Okay.
And if the president or the secretary cannot cast the vote, they can assign somebody in the club to be the proxy.
So
Provided that person from the club is at the meeting, the proxy is given to somebody who's present at the meeting. Otherwise,
Correct.
we give it to another officer from one of the other clubs from our district who is at the meeting.
Okay, but isn't it the club needs to decide who we want to vote first? I mean, or
It's not just a who. The decisions are usually they already define what the decisions are when they want to change the statutes, and they recommend that we support the decisions that they've made for the changes of the statute. So, I mean, as Marie Theresa said, all the information is sent out, and typically, sometimes it is even a person. Actually, all the officers for this year already set, so I can't imagine there are any personnel decisions still to be made. The decisions are usually relating to the statutes of Toastmasters International that they want to change on the highest level.
So, but they basically just need someone there to say yes. Is that?
Or no, or no, or
Oh,
no.
no, okay.
But if you go to that newsletter and look at the link about the annual business meeting, I think everything will be clear from there.
Okay, I checked that, and if not, then I come back to you two. I guess you two have the experience, and yeah, so okay, good, thank you. And so, yay, there we go. Then it's the club officers training. So there would be.
Stella, have you got dates? Because it was kind of unclear. Also in the newsletter, there's contained an item about the club officer training. I assume we're going to be going to the F2 training.
Yes.
Have you got an invitation from the director?
It's the area director. Yeah, I think I've sent it to you as well. I think what I remember is the 14th of August. As the in-person training is supposed to be a whole day, but some things are optional. I think she wanted to organize a yoga first, then there would be training, and then there might be drinks like in the after the training as well. And I think that's the plan now. This is the in-person training. My question is, I know that we need 4 people to join the training in order to get the point. But I know that, you know, there are other online trainings that are being offered as well for the club officers. So for those of us who, you know, would want to join a training but might not be able to make it that day in person, would that also count, or like, or do they actually?
I think you should look at Lily's message in the chat.
I'm now combining. Yeah. Don't miss out. And
It's a message that Scylla sent out to in the WhatsApp.
Yeah, but this is the one that I got from the area director from South.
This is on a Sunday,
Yes,
I think.
she's combining it with the other area director, so it would be for the German and the English clubs in Vienna both. Like, so they are doing it. That's why the joint forces. That's what it meant by that. But yeah, but my point is, I know so far now there would be 3 of us who would go. It would be me, it would be Maria Teresa and Melanie. But I just,
Melanie doesn't count as one of the 4.
No.
I think she does. I think she does because she's officially on the committee as the immediate past president.
It's got to be one of the 7. One of the 7 active officers.
Because she's officially on the committee.
Yeah, but she's number 8.
Okay, then we have to turn up 2 people, because I'm going to chime in and say, if we're interested in the Distinguished Club program, we have to have 4 officers attending in order to get points. And last year we missed out because in one of the trainings, we only had 3 people. So it would be advantageous to have 4 people going to the training.
But does it have to be one single training, or it can be?
During this period until the closing date, if there's another training offered, last year because of COVID, they had the online training, and the people who attended the online training, that was held at the last minute, and it was across the whole division, and it counted. But, you know, sometimes people said they would and didn't even turn up to that, and you missed your points.
Yeah.
Yeah. When will the training actually start after all this socializing stuff? When does it start?
The official time is 12:30 until 16:30. That's according to the link that was sent out.
Because then I will be able to make it.
Oh, super, super.
I can register for that.
Okay.
Benjamin,
On the
since
14th.
since you're new as an officer, you maybe might also want to contemplate attending.
I would like to join, but I'm afraid that Sunday I'm away. I'm in Italy over the weekend, so I cannot make
Okay.
it.
Fair enough.
But I just have a question regarding those training, because I'm not sure I've understood well. What is the training about?
Is to give us the information, you know, how to do your role, basically. I think, or
Okay.
in general, the club officers, basically.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So, and it's also, I think, a time for all the club officers to sort of to socialize, to discuss, you know, to, yeah, I think
It's a great networking opportunity, because what you can do in that training, you can meet your counterparts, and you can maybe talk about the things that they do. That you can maybe learn from some of the experiences that they have had.
But does it, the point that we get, does it has to be in one training? Let's say if Benjamin joins another online training, you know, and we have 4 in total, can that count?
Provided it's in this period before the closing of this, I think I don't know if it's the end of August or the end of September, but that there's a window of 2 or 3 months that club officer training has to take place. And your area has to offer that training so that your attendance can be confirmed by your area director, and it has to be within that period. It doesn't always be on one training, but it has to be 4 people in this period now, in the summer period.
Okay.
I think it's the end of August.
Yeah,
It says that in the area newsletter. They are having one from June to August, and then another one, I think, December to February.
Yeah, we have to send 4 again to that to get the point.
Okay, Brigitte wants to say something.
Yeah, I remember a few years ago we had a special training. I don't know if Lily made it or was it somebody from our club also, who was at that time area officer, held a special training for our club in the VIC. So I do not know if there would be still this possibility that we invite, let's say, area officer or whoever who can give the training, then we also could do it during one of the meetings or a special meeting.
Okay.
The
It has to
Sunday
be
goes-
minimum, it's supposed to be 4 hours to count. It has to be 4 hours. The COT has to be 4 hours, not
And
just one meeting.
ordinarily, Brigitte, the training is given by an area director.
Area director, okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how it was at that time, but several years ago we had it once also here at the VIC.
Mhm.
And this was specially just for our club because we were not able to be in a certain number at the officers training.
And I was desperate to be a successful area director. And I must tell you, I got this week the award for 2018, 2019, when I became area director of the year.
But
So
Lily,
out of our whole district, there was a virtual ceremony. And I thought, oh, that's it. And I think I even mentioned last time I didn't get anything. I actually got, it's in the other room, I'll bring it. I actually got an award, David Corcoran, when we met about Easy Speak. He handed it over to me and the certificate for the area director of the year. And that in that case, because I saw our members had not participated, I was the area director. I had a special extra officer training just for our club.
Wow.
Super.
okay, but Lily,
Bravo.
this is from
Congrats.
2018.
2018 to
Wow.
2019. Mhm.
Talk about procrastination. That's weird.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID only happened in 20. What happened between 18 and 20?
Yeah, they had a meeting in Ljubljana. I don't know if you know, I just discovered. We now have Slovenia and Israel and Malta as part of our area. I didn't know that.
Mm.
Oops, Nicole is coming.
Lily, it's part of the division, not the area.
Yeah. And so sorry, I've lost track. Anyhow, I'll go and get it and you can talk to Nicole.
Hello, Nicole. Okay.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Nicole, you want to say something or no? Or you're not in a,
We cannot see you.
I think she's traveling. Maybe that's
She's traveling.
a bit challenging. But anyway, so yeah, that's the updates from Lily. So this is like, all the more important that we need to have the drink. That's another celebration that we need to have. So
That's very nice.
I can't
Lily.
see.
That's very nice.
Wow.
Great.
Wow.
Bravo.
Nice.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Yay.
A beauty. It's a beauty.
Something I can announce next meeting as well. Bravo. Yes. Okay, super. And so the club officer training, what I would do is I try to make sure I find out if there are any other online meetings that can happen, before the end of August. And for those who cannot make it on the 14th of August, I would encourage you to do the online version because we just need one more in order to get that point.
Mhm.
I can do it online. I'm not sure.
You just click on it, right? Like, and then you can do your.
I'm not sure where did we receive something about the online?
I
Club
need
officer
to
training, not
check
yet,
again
no?
because they sent out a few, and maybe I can write specifically to her to see, because if it is online, I don't know, does it have to be even our area or can it be other area? I mean, as long as the time works.
Mhm.
Unmute,
He
Lily.
wants to.
Only your area director can confirm that you're at the meeting. So the thing is, our area director has no access to enter you because it all goes through the homepage, and you have to click on the names of the people who attended the meeting. So our members' names do not turn up in the other areas to be able to attend the meeting. So it gets complicated when you start trying to get your points through attending a meeting somewhere else.
Okay, then
It might not work.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. Then I'll double
Silla,
check.
can we maybe find out if Ishan can join us in this club officers? Because then I could convince him
Mhm.
to join us as the fourth person.
Ines, he's not officially a member of the
Only
club.
the 7 official members who are registered with
Right.
Postmasters count as one of the 4.
Is Nicole there? Could she join us?
Yeah, I'm here, but I could join only 5 minutes ago, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
The club officer training on the 14th of
Oh,
August.
that one
In the
on Sunday
afternoon.
afternoon.
In the
in the
afternoon.
afternoon.
From 12:30 to 4, because I
4:30.
will also reschedule my Sunday to do that, to make sure that the club is really getting something out of it. So if we have one more person, that would be wonderful.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I cannot promise because I'm in France now, and I don't always have a connection to internet.
I know it's like
So-
the 14th one is in person, Nicole.
In
so
person.
Oh yeah, then no,
Yeah,
I won't be
no
there. I won't
worries.
be there.
And
Sorry,
yeah,
no, I won't be there.
I just yes, Brigitte wants to say something, and in the interest of time, maybe I'll check.
Yeah.
individually.
Concerning the officers training. Still something from the past. I do not know if it's still valid, but maybe Marie-Therese can answer this. I think there was also the possibility that not only 4 persons who are the real officers at the training. I think the offices have to be represented. And I think there was one training where one person represented 2 offices. So
But that didn't
I
count.
remember.
That didn't count. If you have one person with 2 offices, you can only credit 1 office in the position for the club officer training. Even
Okay.
if somebody has 3 positions, you can only count 1 officer, and you have to choose which one you count.
Okay, then I mixed this up because I thought there was once the possibility that one person represented 2 offices.
You can, but not. It doesn't count for that here.
Okay, good. This is just.
And as we can invite the whole executive and even non-executive members to attend the training, but to get the DCP points, we need the 4 current club officers registered with Toastmasters International.
Okay, thank you.
What about Rina? Rina, can you?
I may get a visitor from India and I do not have the final date. And my visitor comes and leave on Saturday, then I can join on Sunday.
Okay, you let
It
us know.
depends upon the final date of my uncle's visit to Vienna.
Okay,
So
thank
yeah,
you.
this
Yeah,
is the
no
problem.
worries, like-
I can confirm it later,
Yeah,
but I am
yeah.
still waiting for a message from him.
Yeah. I think it's like the club really wants to get this 1 point, right? We
Yes,
really want to make
absolutely.
sure like we get this
Absolutely.
1 point. So yeah, so okay, so we try, okay, we try our very best, and then we'll see. The last point, I wanted to talk something about the pathway resources. I got a bit additional resources to see sort of to see how about different pathways, how to help the members. I got a bit of the resources from the area director, but I don't know how best, where can we put these resources in case people want to know more, or should we just send out an email, or like through the WhatsApp group, how best, or do we want to have a dedicated place where to put a bit more like a knowledge hub for people, for something, or is it too much online on Easy Speak already? How best to approach
I
it?
don't think Easy Speak is the appropriate place to see it. I sent a Pathways message to the 8 people that had not enrolled in Pathways at the time, with a really easy video of how to get started. And from those 8 people, I only had 2 people that actually followed up with it.
Okay.
And the 6 are still remaining to be enrolled.
Okay. Thanks, Maria Teresa.
I'm still one who did not yet enroll. I'm sorry about that.
I'm not pointing fingers at anybody.
Yeah, I did not see it like that. I just want to tell you, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Pathway something.
You're confessing. You don't have to confess. You don't have to confess.
We're not deducting any points, so we're just trying to gain points. That's all.
Don't feel guilty about it.
Yeah. So
Everything is
the only
fine.
thing is, if you're not enrolled in Pathways, any speech you give does not count.
Okay.
It does not count for you, and it does not count for the club.
Okay. But maybe what I can do is I pass those information to you first, Maria Teresa, and then you let me know whether that one is worth spreading it out, because we might have already relevant resources already. So
I think we only need to target to the people who are not yet enrolled in Pathways.
okay, that sounds good. Okay.
And there are currently 6.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, good. So yeah, at least some action point for that one too. So any other business anyone wants to?
I have something.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
Last year, there was a discussion with Melanie regarding, and also in the club, that the Rotary Club in Vienna wanted to know what Toastmaster is all about and how it functions.
Mm-hmm.
The meeting between the Rotary Club and Toastmaster never took place.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea was, there is an international agreement between the 2 clubs, just for your information.
Okay.
And the whole thing is also, it has come down through Austria, it has come down through Germany. So this information is there, that there an agreement is, and that somehow the 2 clubs should know from each other what they are doing. Let's put it this way.
Okay.
Now, there is one question, or I was contacted by somebody from the Rotary Club in Vienna.
Yeah.
And that is Miss Edith Neuthardt.
Okay.
And she wanted to join us, to come to one of our meetings as a guest.
Yeah.
And my suggestion is we could ask her to join us as a guest in our next meeting next week, just to give her an idea what we're doing. And we do not have to talk about cooperation or whatever, but that for her to somehow have a feeling, this is what Toastmasters is doing. Maybe in her introduction, she could say what they are doing, and then we could think about it, and maybe in one of our next executive meeting, try to figure out what we could do together. What do you think about this?
Why don't you send her the meeting and the invitation, and then we'll take it up. If she comes, then of course we can do that. I don't think
now she's prepared to come, because I have told her that we have online meetings and in-person meetings, and she preferred to have an in-person meeting with us, or be in an in-person meeting as a guest. And I can bring her in. There's no problem.
Yeah, that would be great.
Or into the VIC as a guest.
We need to bring someone in next time as well, no? Maria-Theresa, there is someone else.
I got a message from Tatiana that she wanted to have a guest, and I forwarded, I replied to Tatiana and I sent it to Ines and to you.
Yeah.
So you see, I'm not opposed to people coming in as guests, but Ines, I think we have to be very careful with Rotary. What is their purpose in finding out about our club? Do they maybe not have an ulterior motive?
No, I don't think so.
Because I mean, if we have people that are not motivated and active in our club, what do we want to do with another club that, maybe they take over our club if they join?
One thing could be that the conclusion could be that the VIC club is not the club where it's not appropriate to have some collaboration with the Rotary Club in Vienna for, whatever reason. I do not know.
Well, Ines,
maybe we could suggest to her that there are other clubs in Vienna, German-speaking clubs or other English or other business clubs, which are more appropriate. But my point is, let's be a bit open.
Yeah.
And not to really shut the door and say, sorry, you cannot come in. It's only a special club for the VIC. So that was actually, and that was also Melanie's attitude, because Melanie said we didn't have the time, because then we had COVID, then we had again lockdowns, etc.
Yes, I think Lily.
But Sila,
Yes.
Sorry, we might want to make it clear to her when she comes that she comes as a guest. She comes to listen and to have a look at the way we're functioning, but she's not coming to explain what is Rotary Club, what they do, and to try and attract people.
Thank you,
Because
Nicole.
if it's
Thank
clear
you.
from the very beginning, she's
Thank
there
you.
to listen. She's welcome to listen, but not to make any publicity for the Rotary Club.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, got it. Okay, Lily wants to.
As far as I understand, Toastmasters International initiated the cooperation and announced the cooperation with Rotary and recommended on our local levels that we connect to Rotary. And Melanie responded to that she's a member of Rotary and that she can act as a mediator between the two clubs. So I think the point is they do want us to connect and to communicate and find out what they're doing. And if it's an actual club to club cooperation, yes, I think it's good to make it clear that, you know, we can't have people coming in who are not VIC staff members or who don't have a grounds pass. But I think since we have never done it yet, and this was 2 or 3 years ago that the collaboration between Rotary and Toastmasters was initiated and announced officially internationally, I think it would be a great step to finally do this this open meeting.
Yeah, but I think we have to have very clear boundaries.
Yeah,
that's my point. Very clear boundaries.
But can we know how it's going right now at the level of Europe or the level of the level of Europe at the level of the district, whether there is a cooperation, whether there are links already with the number of clubs? Is it possible to get to know that?
Stella, maybe you might ask the area director.
Yeah, I'll check with her to see if, you know, if she is aware of any of those collaboration. But I see also no harm for Ines to extend the invitation. I understand the concern, you know, that you expressed, so we will sort of try to see in case she comes in for the next meeting, then, you know, we will sort of try to see how best to balance those. You know, maybe a closer collaboration, you know, is something that we can explore later, but at the beginning it's more like just,
right.
I mean, she can definitely come in as a guest, right? That's just like any other guest, basically, you know, to attend our meeting. And I think maybe Rena, also you have a point that you want to say as well. Did I read you correctly?
Ria or Rina?
Rena.
Yes. Yeah, Rina.
Yeah, sorry, my pronunciation is a bit like,
No
yeah, no, okay, no, then I got it correct. Yeah, sorry, I misread. And so yes, so you know, Ines, you can keep us posted, you know, if she confirmed her participation or not, so that we can get there. Yeah, Maria Teresa, yes.
I just want to ask, are we going to continue to have our executive committee meetings on the first Tuesday of the month at 12 o'clock?
I think so, but for the coming September, you know, since we all would like to get together for a drink in my place, I would have to see. I mean, you know, the middle of the day for a drink, I mean, that might not be most feasible. But then I try to see if what best. It might not be a Tuesday if it works for everyone. You know, the best might be Thursday, Friday. You know, I can send out a doodle link, and then you know, you guys can vote. That might be on a different day, just because we are having a happy hour drink, if that's okay.
Silla, I have a point of order since I'm the secretary of the executive committee. I won't be able to be there at the beginning of September. I won't be back before.
We cannot hear you.
Cannot hear you, Nicole. Maybe you can type it in the chat. I understood it. You cannot be there in the beginning of September. And then we lost you. Yeah, the connection is not so good. So yeah, but no worries. Like maybe we can organize a hybrid in case that help. Nicole, we'll see.
Nicole, are you in the Pyrenees? Are you in the Pyrenees somewhere?
No, but I'm in the car right now, and I was in the middle of a tunnel, so I don't know if that's the reason why you couldn't hear. Can you hear me now?
You're clear now.
Yeah, very clear now.
So I have 2 questions. I won't be able to make it to the beginning of September because I will still be away from Vienna, and I'm the secretary of the committee. And my second question was, is there anybody who is drafting the report today, since I could join only 10 or 15 minutes ago?
Yes, I'm doing it. So no worries. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're meeting in person at the beginning of September, could I still try, but I'm not even sure I can do it. Meet with you, but via Zoom, but I'm not even sure I can do it. I will try again, but
no pressure, Nico. Like, I mean, you know,
Okay.
of course we miss you. We can try to provide, you know, the hybrid, but don't worry. So, you know, I'm sure there will be other social activities and other meetings where, you know, you'll
no,
be
but
finding us.
the other question is that since I could attend only 10 minutes of the meeting to know what went on and what you discussed, so that, you know, I know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Nicole,
I
you
would-
can always look at the video, which Lily faithfully puts
Okay.
Yes.
on Easy Speak. But
Yeah.
if you know, you'd have to go to Easy Speak to look at
Yeah,
the video.
no, okay, I'll do that. That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
And then I would also share the minutes, like, so, you know, sort of ASAP, so in case any action items that we need to attend.
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
thanks.
yeah.
Thank you.
How
Thank
about
you.
that? Okay, good. No, thanks for joining, Nico. Yeah, so any other points?
Can I ask why we don't have any picture at the WhatsApp group? Not even the emblem of the Toastmasters. I think it looks so naked.
You mean a profile picture for the WhatsApp group?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Good. Yeah, okay. So, okay, yeah, I think that can be easily done. So yeah, no worries. Like, we can have that. I think we have one for the XCOM, but maybe not one for the members group. But that we can easily do. Yeah. So
We have an XCOM WhatsApp group.
yes. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm not in.
Yeah. No, then should add you in
Yeah.
as well. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
still like a bit.
No problem. No
You
problem.
know,
No problem.
organizing the list.
Of course.
We're still in the handover business. I think.
You're doing great. You're doing great,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, no, thanks for the suggestion. You know,
Yeah.
we have that there, and now we know. So yeah, we make sure that you won't skip any social. That's for sure as well.
Okay,
You know,
good.
that's that. Okay, good. So any more points? Yeah. If we're all good, then I wish you a lovely afternoon. You know, and
Thank you
then
very
I'll
much.
see you.
Thank
in
you.
person next week. Actually, yeah, it's next week.
Next
yeah.
week, see you on Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday. Yes, and your speech. Yes, you go. Yes.
So Maria Teresa, we meet on Monday for half an hour. Maria
I
Teresa.
just give you I just phone call.
Phone call. Okay, then a phone call on Monday. Okay.
Unless you want to Microsoft Teams me.
Yes, I will for sure. Why
I mean,
not? Let's
I'm
try.
not opposed to technology. I mean, I'm willing to try just about
It's
anything.
easy. It's
Yay,
easy. Don't worry.
Everybody says it's easy. Everybody
Yeah.
says everything is
If
easy.
you manage Easy Speak, this is really easy. I mean, Easy Speak is actually
By the way, don't think that I love Easy Speak. I have actually in the past given speeches about how I don't like Easy Speak. The only problem for me as Vice President for Education, it's the only thing I have.
I know.
Yeah,
I know,
true.
I know.
True.
You know, I can't do half of this stuff. I mean, anywhere else.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
see, but you manage it. So this is how, you know, sometimes we learn as well. When you're stuck with only one thing, then you just have to face it.
No,
and
no. I have Toastmasters International website too.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
You will do great with Teams then. No worries.
Yes, I'm sure you'll love it.
I'm willing to try anything.
Okay, good. All the best. And
Okay,
so,
bye.
See you all. See you
next
next
Bye.
Tuesday.
video. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.